Hey guys, thanks for tuning in. This is the 10-day growth hacking challenge based on the growth thinking design methodology in my book here. And we've got Hania and Maya from the Kai Boutique. If you have not learned much about what these two amazing girls are doing, head over to our first episode we've had in this challenge where you can learn a bit more about what they're doing, and definitely follow them on Instagram, check out their website. They're a startup business who are growth hacking their launch, and today we're talking about growth hack number 2. They've been reporting me on the growth hack number 1, which has been an amazing amount of results and quite intense because a launch of anything is always a bit painful, right, guys?
Yes.
Yeah, it's okay, it's normal. The grind is there in the beginning, but later it will pay you back in dividends, right?
Yeah. Hopefully.
Hopefully it will. Yeah, no, I mean, I think like last time when we were talking about the timing, I think like, again, I'm going to recap that your timing in the sense of what you're delivering in the sense of a message and a product, I think is dead on. So it's about taking advantage of it. So growth hack number 1 was basically a giveaway, and we'll put a link to that for others to check that out. Today we're here for growth hack number 2, and I'll let you take the floor to explain what growth hack number 2 is. What your progress has been on that, if you've had any results yet, if not, what your next steps are, and we'll take it from there. Go for it, guys.
Maya?
So basically, hack number 2 was to focus on community building, because as we discussed before, it's very important to just have like a base, a foundation to before at least we do the competition, just to have like traffic onto our page, and a good number of followers. So we've been contacting several people, several groups that are run by women for women, just promoting Kai, telling our story on the groups, we've honestly been focused on hack number 1 for a while.
Good.
Yeah, it's we're just trying to make the most out of it for the competition. So yeah, it's been kind of taking up all our time, but on the side we're doing that, and with hack number 1 as well, there's a lot of community building that's happening. So
absolutely, yeah. I mean, just to recap for those tuning in, like I think the 3 growth hacks that you had planned, I think they all connect anyway, so they're in synchronization in many ways, and they're in steps that connect with each other. Just for those who didn't tune into the last 2 episodes, if they want to check that out, but they're all connected.
Yeah, we are. So go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say, like, one of the things that we've been doing as well, it's not major with like with step 2, but with like the growth hack number 2, but we've been adding in like on Instagram, we've been adding people who have like one of the accounts, and that was Maya's idea actually, and I took it from her. Like we've been adding people from like there was this picture and it didn't look real at all, and all the comments were like, what is this, she's not real, like at least put a realistic person. So we've been adding these people, like just like in a way, hey guys, look at us, we are so real, so that's kind of like a community building kind of thing. We're not going strong, as Maya said, with growth hack number 2, just because we're overwhelmed with growth hack number 1.
Okay.
But yeah, like we've been doing things here and there, and as well, I think Maya posted like hey guys, like this is us, this is the Kai Boutique, follow us if you like, in one of the Dubai women forums. So yeah, we've been slowly getting there, but not really what we should be doing, to be honest, but it's just because we're focused on the launch.
No, absolutely. And I think most people tuning in will understand, but you mentioned something very interesting. You put a real picture on Instagram and people thought it was fake?
No, not us.
Oh.
It was a swimwear account as well.
Okay.
Their pictures was just a woman, like, she looked like really literally like 3D, like an AI,
Wow.
So
okay.
Like, what is this? This is not like a real woman. What happened to the real figure? So I went through the comments, and I started adding people, just in a way to direct them to what is real, which is us, and
Yeah.
to be honest, that's so, and she even said it like in a sarcastic way. I'm like, oh, why not? Like, Like, why are you making a joke?
Oh,
Actually,
like, add all of them.
yeah,
Wow.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, no,
Yeah.
that's a brilliant mini growth hack right there. Like when you put something contrary to what people have believed, although it was real, and you captured all of them. And so one of the challenge with social media is that like you can connect with people, but you can't get their contact information to bring them into a community. So now the next trick is like, since you've now communicating, and by the way, like if you find opportunities how to replicate this kind of scenario, I know it happened by accident, but sometimes opportunities land by accident in front of us. This could be like a really interesting way to get attention around your brand. The next trick would be like, how do you take them and then turn them into a community, right? You need to convert them somehow.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah. So you like, okay, so I think that's really cool. I mean, so what we'll do is, since you're actively still pursuing the community part, which is the hack number 2, what are some of the things you're planning to do? So rather than what you've already done, but what are some of the things you plan to do? Maybe that might be a direction we can take at the moment, and just maybe give some more contour to the design of that growth hack, and then you can move forward with it.
Yeah, Maya, you have something to say, or should I go?
No, go ahead.
Okay, we're just like thinking, as you said, like Dubai, like the Facebook groups of women based in Dubai, in the UAE, and the GCC, WhatsApp groups. We've been trying to get into some WhatsApp groups as well that has to do a lot with women and encouraging women, empowering them. Yeah, so these are the things that we've been focusing on. Maybe like even take place in events or pop-ups that have to do not necessarily with fashion, but like with women kind of awareness, breast cancer awareness. You know, these kind of things are, you know, it's like a red kind of like lighthouse, you know, for us to with.
I think you mentioned something interesting there, is finding causes, right? And so find a cause that aligns with your brand and things that obviously genuinely matter to you, and then just getting into those communities and finding a way to support them. So it could be things like, you know, breast cancer is a good one. So 10% or 20% of all sales between this date and this date go to the Cancer Society or whatever the organization is. You have to check with the laws depending on geography, but it's not a big deal. I mean, you can find a way to make that work. But I think that may be a great way to tap into other people's communities and siphon them, right? So growth hacking called this siphoning, right? How do I take from what somebody else has built, tap into it, and then bring it over to me? So one of the most famous growth hacks is Airbnb. Are you familiar with the growth, how Airbnb did their growth hack?
Not really.
Not really. Okay, so to build their platform, they basically started posting their customers' location, their houses, whatever it was, through Craigslist. And so it would just, like, you would post and it would just go ahead and post it in Craigslist, and they would grab all the traffic they could from Craigslist. So they would siphon it and bring it into Airbnb. So this is called siphoning. So these kinds of growth hacks are super powerful because you haven't had to build a community. Somebody else built it and you're tapping into it.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah.
Cool.
Yeah. So I think like that might be something for you to consider, especially when it comes to the causes, right? Yeah.
I find a lot of groups, and like, as you mentioned, that kind of strategy will work for sure. We just need to concentrate. And once we're done with growth hack number 1, I think we can go into the research and see what fits us. And I think be easy, like it's not gonna be a hard thing, especially with the causes. Like I think they will look for people who encourage the same feel. So I think pretty easy thing to do. And I think as we go, like it's gonna happen, you know, like here and there. I think connections, people we know, I don't think it's a hard thing to do in Dubai, especially that it's kind of close. So
no, I agree with you.
And as well, I don't want to give too much, but even our hack number 3 is also all about community building. I mean, it's about so you'll find that in the next episode, but a huge part of it is about community building as well. So I mean, all 3 hacks that we have are all related to that, you know. So it's a very vital part of, like, you know, having an online.
All the same. They're all like they have the same theme, or like the headline is just the way we do it. We're doing it in 3 different ways. So I think that's how we can put the whole
Yeah.
strategy high, you know, the high boutique.
Yeah, and that makes sense. I mean, if you recall in the very beginning, we were talking about like the way this this challenge works is either each growth hack is a different growth hack and you're experimenting, or you're taking one thing and you're applying it in 3 different ways so that you can then extend. And I think that's the decision you made. And you guys look and sound like super focused, and I know that from behind the scenes. You know, like you really, really dedicated to hack number 1 to ensure that hack 2 and 3 come in, are galvanized very well into your overall strategy. And for those who are tuning in, I mean, I think that's a very wise decision. I know that we have a 10-day challenge here, and it's designed to you know, just to get it done within that time frame. But understanding what your priorities are and making your priorities really our priorities, and aligning them with the remaining of your strategy is really, really vital. So my hat goes off to you as 2 entrepreneurs who are like, listen, I mean, this is our focus, this is our priority, and it's working and it connects. But you know, we need to really ensure that we get number 1 done, because it won't help number 2 or 3. And so I think that's a very good sign, a very healthy sign, and building on top of that. And I'm glad to hear that hack number 3, that you know, we'll obviously talk about next time, builds on number 2 on community building, because community building is a big thing. And I think like one of the biggest challenges that I've had with clients and even myself is, you know, community building has always been like, okay, why should I belong to your community and why should I stay there? And I think like that are like the 2 most vital strategic questions for anyone to answer. And usually for anyone to actually join or become part of community is usually a cause or a problem or something that brings people together. Have you gone a bit deeper to think about that? Like eventually, I know you're widening your audience, but eventually you want to get people signed up and actually communicating and interacting within your community. Is that something of a part of hack number 3, or is that something that you're going to be looking at in hack number 2?
I think it's hack number 3, and there is a lot of, not a lot, but there is a few ideas that we threw, me and Maya, that we don't want to give it out yet, but yeah, it is related for sure, but it's done just in a different way.
Awesome.
Yeah.
Awesome. So we have we have a surprise to look forward to, which I always love. Awesome.
Just have to say, like, thank you for the, you know, for the encouragement, because it means a lot coming from you.
Oh, thank you. No, I mean, you guys are doing an amazing job, and I love what you guys stand for, and you guys are going to do very well. I'm telling you now. Now that you got in your mind that you have this time frame in front of you where like you're in the right place, right time, execution is key, and you're doing it. I can see it. You're up late nights and just hammering away, and that's what's going to get you there, right? The grind is what gets you there.
In the face.
Yeah, that's okay. That's okay. I mean, there's like, I know I can't do it anymore at my age, but when I was a younger entrepreneur, I would take my sleeping bag to my office and we would stay there for days, me and my team. And like, it was an incredible bonding between me and the team, incredible outputs, but you can only do that. I mean, within a certain frame of age, I guess you can say. Now I can't really do that anymore. Yeah.
Maya, why don't you do?
Huh?
Why don't you do that? Get a sleeping bag and come over.
I was actually just thinking, I'm like, we do the exact same thing, but you know, it's at Hania's house.
There you go. There you go. Because you guys are still young, right? So it's no problem. I mean, you guys, no problem. You can.
Yeah, like literally the other day she came over and we just worked for a bit and then we both napped. So then we just woke up and continued working.
Yeah, that's how it is. Yeah, I remember. Yeah, we always like just knock out and take a nap. And I was reading once that you know, it was Thomas Edison and several of like the really famous inventors, like the Thomas and Edison and likes of, actually took frequent naps. Like they would just keep going, but they would just like take 10-minute, 20-minute, 10-minute, 20-minute naps, like a whole bunch of them. And that was what kept them going. Because there's a psychology to it where the mind actually starts, it's like a hard drive. So it defragments all the information that you've been working with. And so your brain works best when you go and you sleep, right? It's like it starts fixing them and then you wake up and then you get answers.
Implement it right now.
Yeah.
I'm gonna take all this information and go sleep on it.
Only problem that my apps don't take 20 minutes. They like drag on to like 1 hour.
That's okay. Yeah, no, flow with it. Yeah, I mean, I can't do those short naps. I had a roommate who was really good at that. He was like, he can take these 10-minute naps, and he was just amazing. I was like, dude, how do you do that? He's like, I don't know, I just do it. It's like when I take a nap, it is like 45 minutes, an hour, it could be even a little bit more at times. But hey, you just flow with whatever your body tells you, and your body is the best person to tell you how you feel, right? Yeah.
I agree.
Yeah.
I completely agree.
So guys, is there anything else? I mean, before we close this off, is there anything else you wanted to share or talk about, or is that it? We're ready to move on to hack number 3 for next time.
I don't know, Maya. Do you have anything you want to add on?
No, I have nothing to add for now. We'll be moving on to hack number 3, and
Awesome.
which is actually pretty exciting.
Awesome.
Yeah, I think it's just only more tangible. So I'm like so excited for hack number 3. Yeah.
Exactly. Yeah.
Awesome. So that's great, guys. We'll see you in the next video for hack number 3. For those who are tuning in or just about to leave, as a reminder that this is the 10-day growth hacking challenge based on the growth thinking design methodology used in the book here. This is hack number 2 of 3 hacks. For those who are just tuning in, or just as a reminder, go back to the first episode. We'll link it below so you can learn more about the Kai Boutique and what they're up to, and this amazing revolution they're going to put in place or take advantage of this movement that they're going to be working on. And we'll see them in the next video in hack number 3. Thank you, guys.
Thank you, Nader.